Hey guys, it's Hannah and I'm here today with a haul video for you. So I haven't done a haul video in quite some time now, and so I figure it's high time that I finally show you guys all the books that I've been buying, because I have been buying books, I just haven't been hauling them for you. So let's get on into it, because I have quite a stack, so hopefully this video won't be 40 minutes long. First book that I had to pick up because everybody and their mother has been raving about it on BookTube lately, and that is Geekerella by Ashley Poston. This one, I've actually already read it and it will be in my wrap-up for this month. But this one is super cute. It is about it's a Cinderella story mixed with Comic-Con. And if you want to know what I thought about it, stay tuned for my wrap-up video. Next up, I bought something that is kind of out of my realm, and I've been kind of like digging into different areas of books lately, and I've been trying to expand my reading, so that's been a lot of fun. Something exciting happened to me this month, and I got a job at a bookstore, so I've have clearly been in heaven, but that also clearly explains my book haul right now. But something really cool that we do at my bookstore is it's called Blind Date, and so it's blind date with a book, and I love this concept because the fun part about this is the booksellers get to make up these, and I was recommended to this by one of my booksellers that I work with, and I was recommended to this before we even put it in the blind date with a book, and then I went to go buy it and she's like, oh yeah, we wrapped that up. So I will read to you guys what this is. So it says blind date with magical realism, and you guys know I love magical realism. It's one of my favorite areas of books to read about, and it's pretty hard to find decent books with it in, so I will let you guys know what I think about this. But it says, even monsters need a person who truly wants to listen, to hear, so that someday we may find the words that are more than boxes. And I will put up a picture of the actual book cover, because I'm not going to unwrap it right now. But I'm really excited, and I love this concept. I think it's so cool that our bookstores are doing this. And yeah, I'm excited to dig into this one, especially because it was highly recommended to me. Next up, another book that was highly recommended to me is called L.M.N.O.P., and this is by Mark Dunn, and this sounds like such a cool concept. So in this story, it is all about the phrase, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, which contains all the letters in the alphabet, and there's the statue, and as the letters fall off the statue, they it vanishes from their language. So as you're reading this, let me see if I can find an example. As you're reading this, the letters also fall off from the pages of the book, and I think that's so cool to have something in the story happen, and then it translates into the beautiful piece of art that you are reading. So I am excited to read this through. She said that she read through it really fast, and so I'm just excited to pick this one up and see what I think about this one too. Again, a very different type of book than I normally would have read, so I'm excited to expand my reading habits. Next up, I was watching one of my favorite booktubers, and that is Allie over at the Hardback Hoarder, and she was reading this one and she described it, and I was like, instantly, I'm ready picking it up. And that is Snot Girl. This is volume 1. And it is by Brian Lee O'Malley. He wrote Seconds, and that is also very popular. I actually haven't read that graphic novel, but I saw this one and it just so intrigued me. Look how awesome this artwork is, and I have to love the artwork if I'm picking up a graphic novel. And so the way that Allie described it was that this girl, she wakes up and she doesn't know what's going on type of thing. But the back says, Lottie Pearson is a glamorous fashion blogger living her best life. At least that's what she wants you to think. The truth is, her allergies are out of control, her friends are terrible people, her boyfriend traded her up for someone younger, and she may or may not have killed somebody. It's the first volume of Snot Girl, and things will never be the same. I think this is going to be so much fun, and I think if there's an amnesia plot in this too, that is going to be really interesting, and the artwork is just amazing. So I'm really excited to pick this one up. Next up are two books you've probably heard me talk about, but for some reason I have not actually owned physical copies, so I definitely wanted to make that change, and that is Vampire Academy. Guys, this is one of my favorite series. If you haven't, please go read these because they are amazing, and I needed physical copies because I've been reading ebooks, them as ebooks for, well, ever since before now. So definitely go pick these up. They're amazing, and these are one of my favorite series, so I had to have physical copies for my bookshelf. So these are a must. Next up, I had to pick this one up. It is getting rave reviews all over BookTube, and I couldn't resist. I know it's been an Owl Crate, and that is The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. This one is a story about, I think it's set back into the 1800s, but it is about a boy who is supposed to inherit his family's business, and he's very well off, and he's been trained to be a gentleman, but he has this wanderlust, and he wants to kind of go crazy and spread his wings, and so he and a few other people go on the trip, and they like travel around, and there's like great wanderlust, and there is him and his crush Percy. Yes, him and his crush Percy go on this wanderlust, and they talk about like flirting with him, and then just like all about the danger that they get into. So I'm really excited to pick this one up. I have a sweet spot for privileged, like the point of view of privileged, well-off characters, and I think they're just fun to like live in their lavish shoes for a while, so I'm excited to pick this one up. I think I will really enjoy this. The next one I picked up, I have been hearing such good things, and it sounds so awesome, and it is This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab, or V.E. Schwab, as you might know her from her other books. And this one is about the lies that people tell and they turn into monsters. I don't know too much about this, but I heard that concept and I have been lusting over this book. Plus, look at the cover. Like, this is stunning. And the second one just came out and they have been getting such good reviews. So I have not been able to resist, and I'm excited to pick this one up. Alright, going along more with my magical realism, I have been lusting over all of these magical realism. As soon as, like, that's like a buzzword. If anybody throws out magical realism, I'm like, yes, I want this, like, check mark. I'm remembering that, and I'm finally picking them all up. So this one is highly acclaimed. Everybody raves about this. If you guys don't know, so this is Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This sounds so fantastic. So this circus in here magically pops up, no warning, no like announcements that it's coming, it just pops up overnight, and there's supposed to be a lot of magical realism in this, and it's just supposed to be fantastic, and you're living in the circus life with them, and there's two magicians and stuff. This sounds so fantastic, and I'm so excited for more magical realism. I'm gonna go on a binge, and I'll probably, if I'm reading my magical realism, I'm going to hypothesize that I'm going to want to pick up my favorite magical realism books, because it's gonna get me into the mood, because I'm like, even just talking about it, I'm so excited. I love magical realism, so if you guys have any recommendations for me, let me know. I can always use more books to buy, because, you know, I don't have enough here. Next up on my list, this author has been floating all over my bookstore, and I've seen it quite a bit on, I'm spoiling right now. I've seen it quite a bit on BookTube too, and I have been dying to check out his work because everything that I've heard has been just amazing. And I've actually was watching a video, The Book Hoarder, and she was talking about how fantastic these books were, so I wanted to pick this up months ago. And this is called My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry by Fredrik Backman, and I'm going to read you the back because it sounds so interesting and I don't think I'm going to be able to do it justice. So it says, Eliza is 7 years old and different. Her grandmother is 77 years old and crazy, as in standing on the balcony firing paintball guns at strangers crazy. She's also Elsa's best friend and only friend. At night, Elsa takes refuge in her grandmother's stories in the land of Almost Awake, in the kingdom of Mimes, where everybody is different and nobody needs to be normal. When Elsa's grandmother dies and leaves behind a series of letters apologizing to people she has wronged, Elsa's greatest adventure begins. Her grandmother's instructions lead her to an apartment building full of misfits, monsters, attack dogs, and old crones, but also to the truth about fairy tales and kingdoms and a grandmother like no other. That sounds so fantastic, and that's the relationship sounds great to like get to know, and I'm just excited for that adventure. And this, I'm really hoping that he delivers as much as I have built him up in my head, because I have a lot of hype for him right now. So I will let you guys know what I think about this one once I'm done with it. Next up, I purely I haven't heard anything on BookTube about it. I haven't heard anybody talking about it. I just saw it in a bookstore and I was like, okay, and I checked it out. And I think this one is going to be hilarious, and this is another one I'm going to read too, because this, like, the way that they have written it, it just sounds fantastic. So this is Scarlett Epstein Hates It Here, and this is by Anna Brislaw, and it says, Meet Scarlett Epstein, BNF, big name fan, and her online community of fanfiction writers. I'm already hooked, okay? I love fanfiction stuff about it. World-class nobody at Melville High. Her best, and then in parentheses says, read only, IRL friend are Avery, a painfully shy and annoyingly attractive bookworm. Love stories about bookworms. That's tick 2 in my need to read. And Ruth, her weed-smoking 73-year-old neighbor. Hilarious. I'm excited. When Scarlett's beloved TV show is cancelled and her longtime crush Gideon is sucked out of her orbit and into the dark and distant world of populars, Scarlett turns to the fanfiction message board for comfort. This time, though, her subjects aren't the swoon-worthy stars of her favorite series, they're the real-life kids from her high school, and if they ever find out what Scarlett truly thinks about them, she'll be thrust into a situation far more dramatic than anything she's ever seen on TV. This sounds like a riot, and I'm so ready for it. Like, this sounds fantastic, and I'm excited to get to the fanfiction part because I love fanfiction themed books, and like the fact that it's like secrets getting out in your high school, like that entertainment, like pure entertainment, and I'm excited to pick this one up. Who else wants to read this? Because this sounds fantastic. Has anybody actually heard of this? Because I haven't heard anybody talk about this, so let me know if you guys have read it or if you even heard about it, and let me know what you think. We're almost done, guys. So, next one we had to pick up. Deadpool Bad Blood, and this is Deadpool and his first original graphic novel, and it says it up here. I'm gonna be real honest with you, not a clue what this is about, but it's Deadpool, so it's a must-buy. And last but not least, I picked up the 5th volume of The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, Like I'm the Only Squirrel in the World. And if you have been around on my channel for the past couple of months, you know that I love Squirrel Girl. She is fantastic. I highly recommend checking her out. She is a very positive role model for young girls. She is into computer science. She wants to talk things out with her words, but if she can't, she's got the muscles to back her up because she is the might of a squirrel. And I highly recommend checking her out. She's very funny, very entertaining, and like her band of misfit characters is fantastic. So I'm excited to get to my volume 5 of Squirrel Girl. Alright, we made it through. That is all my books that I have recently, or not so recently, really in the past couple of months, picked up. And yeah, let me know if any of these sound good to you, if you're going to pick any of them up, or if you've read any of them, let me know. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!